There's probably like a little bit of a delay.
Probably. There's always a bit of a delay.
Yeah, and my internet, like we had our internet like not fixed. Like it's just been very messy for some people since we have like a big house. So it's been repeatedly fixed in the past half year.
Ah,
So sometimes when they fix it for me, it's worse for other people, and sometimes it's like vice versa. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of confusing. But currently it's kind of okay, so that's good. I'm just gonna advertise the stream.
okay.
I'll just send it to you as well, so you can join if you want to in the chats.
Oh,
And post it on Buzzly as well. One thing I do think that Buzzly misses is like status updates like DeviantArt has.
oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
everything you
kind of
post on
wish.
everything you post on Buzzly is a journal, which is okay, but it's like DeviantArt is like those status updates, which is it's like for a quick live stream update is better if you ask me.
Yeah, plus, I kind of wish they would allow the journals or blogs to be shown on the front page too.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's still. I
Other
mean,
than that,
oh, you go first.
oh, other than that, it's a good site.
Yeah, it's good and it's still very young, so they may very well later update it to be like have fixed, like have more options and stuff.
True.
But yeah, alright. I am going to be people in chat. Is there anyone here?
There's one person.
Yeah, Nico plays. Hello. Nico, I already told you yesterday there isn't going to be any casting call results yet today. It's just going to be closing the call, the casting call. I already told you that yesterday, I believe, because I'm pretty sure you were the same person asking. So they're not out today yet, the casting call results. It's just, for now, it's just closing the casting call. So there won't be any results yet, sorry. That takes a few weeks. You can't expect me to go through all of them in like the span of one day.
Yeah, especially because you're only one person. That's quite a bit of casting calls.
Yeah, like I may get some friends on board to help me judge if I have like a really tough time. But if not, even then it just takes a while. So you can just like I still have an internship and the life outside of this. Like I only work on OG for like a few hours a day if I actually have the time. So it's not like I spend all of my time on this. It's really more of something I do in my free evenings.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
So how are you?
I'm doing well. I have it on mute right now, but besides watching the live stream and talking to you, I'm also playing Animal Crossing on my Nintendo Switch Lite.
Oh, neat. Oh, you have a light as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have Nintendo Online, so I can't connect with other people.
Ah, too bad. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I have a Nintendo Online subscription, but I share mine with like the entire family, so we just all pay an equal amount. So it's probably less.
See, I don't want to spend any money, so that's why I don't have one. It's
Yeah,
because
that
it's like,
totally
no,
makes
thank
sense. I
you.
think it's quite honestly a little bit ridiculous that they expect you to pay money for just to be able to go online. It's just I don't know. Out of all the things to ask money for, I just think for going on the internet, it's kind of ridiculous to ask money for that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when the DSi came out, you could just use your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. So what the problem is, I really don't know. Like you already have Wi-Fi, I presume. So the only problem is like the paywall, which is just weird to me personally.
Oh, same. It's like, why do you can just pay for something we already paid for the Switch and the game, just let us use our own Wi-Fi.
Nico Play says, what games do you guys like? I am a very casual player of games, so like I used to play a lot of Nintendo back in the day when that was like a thing. And Animal Crossing obviously is also a very casual game. The only like non-casual game I kind of like is like Skylanders, but but outside of that, I'm like really not an avid gamer at all. Like my brother really is. He like plays all the games and stuff, but I am a very casual player. So if I game, which is a big if, because 90% of the time I just don't feel like playing anything, it's usually a very casual game like Animal Crossing.
Same, like, especially because my hand-eye coordination is awful. So most games like that require jumping, like,
Yeah,
Super
exactly.
Mario
Me too.
Bros. I can't do those.
Yeah, I have like the exact same problem. I have a feeling I'm
Yeah,
going to.
but for
Oh, you go first.
I'm sorry.
No, you go
Yeah, for
first.
me, uh I tend to, besides Animal Crossing for the Switch, I also have Pokemon Shield
Oh
with
yes.
me. So, because back in the day, I used to play a lot of Pokemon, like Pokemon Diamond and Soul Silver and stuff. Pokemon Diamond was actually my first game, so I didn't really grow up with Pokemon that much. But uh, the one thing I do like is I do like watching other people play through games on the internet because then I can watch someone get frustrated with playing a game without experiencing that same frustration myself.
Oh yeah, true.
Like that's how I usually watch most games that require a lot of jumping and coordination, like those post-apocalyptic game The Last of Us.
Yeah, I know
I
that
just
one.
watched a playthrough
Oh yeah.
of that because it's like because I just like that better.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense. I mean, I'm really not into gaming. Like, I don't watch Let's Plays either. I'm just, it really isn't just. I guess it just isn't for me. Like, I'm. Oh, the Dog Island. I like playing the Dog Island a lot. That's a really good game. That's like my childhood number one game, I guess. Uh, but
Played
yeah,
it, but I heard it's kind of sad.
yeah, it's a very depressing. Like it's this cute children's game. At least it looks like that. Like the dogs have like ridiculously big heads and stuff. But like the storyline is actually like really depressing, and it kind of turns like apocalyptic at one point. So it's like you have these really cute dogs, and then at the same time it's like this really dark time, like story, which is just kind of funny. Like the contrast between those two.
You seem pretty funny.
Yeah, it is a great game, but it's definitely a bit depressing. Like it hints on like terminal illnesses and stuff, so it's pretty sad sometimes.
Ooh.
But yeah, those are kind of the only games I really play. Like I did play some games in the past, some different ones, but I don't know. I'm just not a gamer at all. It's just not really. It just isn't really something that interests me. Like I even tried to get it back into Pokemon a while ago. Like I used to play Pokemon Diamond a lot as a kid, but it just I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me anymore. Like I borrowed Shield, the one I believe it was Shield, the one you mentioned. I
Mm-hmm.
borrowed it for a while from a housemate, and I tried to like feel the same excitement as I did when I played like Diamond as a kid, but it does nothing for me. So I just kind of give up on gaming. Like I'm sure there's great games out there. It's just not really for me. I'm just not really good at anything either, so I just don't really see the point in trying.
Well, to be fair, I haven't picked up Pokemon Shield in forever because the one feature they added that I don't like at all is they have an automatic XP share,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't turn it off.
Oh, that's really annoying.
So you don't have to grind anymore for Pokemon Shield. And because I don't have to grind with my Pokemon, I can't get attached to them.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see Killer
So
Wolfsmith is
to
here in the chat. Hello. Uh, you remind me. I want to play Legend Arceus. Yeah, I heard Legend Arceus is like a really great game, and it does look interesting to me. But it's just I'm not gonna spend so much money. Like the games for the Switch are like ridiculously expensive, at least to me as like a casual player. So I mean, I do want to like try playing them, but at the same time, I'm like usually when I buy a game, I play it for like 2 weeks tops, and then I just put it down and probably never play it again. And it's just too expensive for me to buy like something like Legends Arceus just to play it for a few weeks and then just put it down. It's too expensive for me to do that. So
Yeah, I was hoping to get Brilliant Diamond and Legends Arceus, but it's just like $60 per
yeah,
game.
exactly.
And it's just like, I don't have that money, and I would put it on my birthday or Christmas list, but then I feel bad about asking people to spend $60 on me,
Yeah.
because that's just a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if they were like I remember for the DS, the games were like I believe 40 euros max, at least in our like currency in euros. But right now it's so expensive, like 60 euros per game. I can buy like 6, 7 books for that.
Exactly. It's just like, okay, can you please have the games go on sale for a bit?
Yeah, and I mean, maybe I'd understand if like the online, like when you download the game from the e-store, maybe it'd be cheaper. But from what I've heard, they're exactly the same price as you buy if you buy one physically. So I mean, to me it would make more sense if they were cheaper if you buy them from the e-store because there's like no physical copy involved.
Right.
But especially that, from what I've heard, they are exactly the same price. So yeah.
Yeah, like I usually only end up buying physical things when I have some sort of income, which right now I don't have a job. I'm still looking for one on campus.
Hmm.
But it's just one of those things where it's like if I don't have a job, I don't like to buy things because then I'm just shelling money out without balancing it out again,
Yeah,
essentially.
that makes sense. So yeah, I tried, but it's just I guess I'm just not a gamer. I am many things. I review, I write, I draw, I do whatever, but I'm just not a gamer.
I still count stuff like Animal Crossing as a game, so
Yeah, okay, but even then, I haven't played Animal Crossing in like 6 months, so I'm not sure if I'd even count that.
well, they added a lot of new updates
Yeah, I've heard that, and
where
I believe I played like one time after the updates, but even after that, it just couldn't keep my interest. So
uh yeah, I mean I usually end up finding things to do, but after a while it just becomes okay, I already have that, and then it feels like, well, there's not a whole lot I can do. So I usually spend only like a few hours on it at most.
oh yeah,
Then
all
I
right.
just run out of things to do.
Let's see. I'm ignoring the chat again. Uh, Nico Plus says, I'm glad One Eye and Link got a happy ending. Well, it isn't very happy if you look at the wiki, but I haven't gotten to writing that short story yet. But essentially, they both die in the end. But that's like bonus content, it's not in the series itself. Prices are insane. Yeah, they are. I mean, I guess I would even try like buying more games just to try to see what sticks for me and what doesn't. But it's just so ridiculously expensive for one game, so I just
Hey,
end up
Tech,
not.
I think you cut out there.
Sorry, did you say something?
What the?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Oh, okay. Did I vanish?
Yeah, for like a few seconds.
Oh, okay. Uh, oh well, what I meant to say is it's just really expensive, and I don't really feel like trying out new games if they're so pricey. So
Yeah, I mean, I just want Brilliant. I just want I think the new Pokemon Diamond game because that was my first Pokemon game, so I have a lot of nostalgia with anything Pokemon Diamond.
yeah, true, me
Plus,
too.
I get the same with Team the whenever I do a replay of it.
Ah, I see. Yeah,
I,
Diamond is the only one I really grew up with as well. I really didn't play any other Pokemon games growing up.
well, I also played Soul Silver, but I still like Pokemon Diamond better, but for my Pokemon Diamond team, I always had a Torterra, a Luxray, then either a Murkrow or a Staraptor, and then there were a few more, but those are like the main three that I always had.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and um uh the dragon type Pokemon in the game, the what's it called? I want to say Garchomp. Yeah, I think that's it.
I have no idea. I'm such a noob on Pokemon names.
And then for Pokemon Soul Silver, I always had a Typhlosion and then an Absol. Those were like the two Pokemon I always had on my team.
Okay.
Because Absol is my favorite Pokemon, so
Oh, nice. Mine is Luxray.
nice. Luxray is like one of my Luxray is my second favorite.
Nice. Alright, I should really stop ignoring the chat. Hello, Lady Rainwing. Very nice to have some people in chat. Yay! I keep giving him the wrong leg markings. Like I keep giving him Magpie's leg markings for some reason.
Oh no. Yeah, most of the chat is Pokemon now.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just not very into it anymore.
That's okay.
I tried, it's just not for me. Alright.
Yeah, that's okay. My sister feels the same way about Pokemon, where she tried it and she didn't like it because she got Pokemon Platinum. And so, because she didn't like it, I decided to, play Pokemon Platinum instead.
Oh yeah. I hope I will be able to finish this shot tonight, and I may start like a second shot, but I'm not going to stream for very long because I want to do some diamond painting as well, and just read, I guess.
Yeah, sense. After this, I'm planning on eating lunch, finishing homework, and then working on some wood art, which for lunch, my parents, they gave me leftovers they had because I brought them to school when they visited. So I have leftovers from an Italian restaurant in my fridge, which I'm very excited about.
Neat. Yeah, we just had some kind of like rice curry today, I guess, with chicken.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And like next week, no, in 2 weeks is my birthday, and then I get to decide what we eat. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, nice.
That's just a little rule we have in our family.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense. We have the same rule in my family where if it's someone's birthday, they decide the meal
Yeah,
for
exactly.
that night.
Yeah, and it's always a restaurant for us on our birthday, so I'm going to like a schnitzel restaurant, so that's cool.
My mom, when it's her birthday, we always get chicken. Is it chicken masala? No. We always get what's that one dish where it has like chicken, Asian color pasta, mushrooms, and like some type of sauce.
Not sure.
But we always get that at Papavino's.
Oh, nice.
Which is an Italian restaurant.
I see a lot of people talking about games. Hello. Oh, hello, Rosie Ross. Long time no see. Jackdaw has too much ginger in his neck. He should have less. So more like this. Alright. Gotta keep saving, otherwise the program might crash. Alright, last frame for the shot. Woo! Holy. Sorry, I'm very concentrated.
Fine.
Just gotta get the ears right. Jackdaw has a much more complicated design than I'm used to drawing. Like for my, like I guess Quepso had a complicated design, and Renegades, but in All in Ones, most of the characters had very easy designs. So
Mm-hmm.
at least Lina One Eye to me, and Silky, I could just dream their designs. Like I can probably draw them with my eyes closed.
That's always nice.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I mean,
guess.
my character.
Oh, you go first.
No, sorry, you go.
Well, I guess if you animate or like at least or do like a PMV search, if you draw your characters so very much, you just kind of learn their designs by heart. But after a while, like I mean, not all of them. But I don't know all the All-in-One's designs and Renegade's designs by heart, but a lot of them I just do, or like at least the very broad strokes. Broad strokes, is that how you say it? I remember just because it's so like you draw them so much, especially if you animate, you just draw each character like a gazillion times.
I mean, my character designs aren't super complicated either. Sometimes they just have a lot of colors.
Yeah. Yeah, like I guess Jackdaws isn't that complicated either, but he does have much more colors than I'm used to drawing. Like in All in Ones and Renegades, most characters had like 3 to 4 main fur colors at most, and Jackdaw has like, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has about 6 or 7 fur colors, which is like a lot more than 3 to 4.
Quite a bit. Yeah, usually when I'm designing an animal character, I try to limit the amount of colors I give them. I usually try to limit myself to like 4 colors, because then I find then for me at least it's easier to get that color harmony.
Yeah, true, true. Yeah, I guess the only reason Jackdaw has so many and some other characters is just because he's like a really old character design of mine. Like this design, like harkens back to from when he was a book character, so I could get away with more complicated designs. But I just like his design too much to change it. His design has pretty much not changed since 2015, and I don't know. I feel like changing it would be wrong since he's such an old character design of mine. So Jackdaw is pretty much the same. Magpie has changed a lot. I already said that yesterday. Like she used to be a generic husky, and now she's like very much like a shadow. Like she looks like shadow, but not completely. So I like that. And Jackdaw still pretty much looks like he used to, and Nimble also kind of is still identical. I may still change his colors, but I am not positive on that. And for those who
Yeah,
don't know, for the audience watching, Nimble is a character that appears later in season 1. He's going to be a very major character, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. I really hope people are going to like Jackdaw and Magpie, honestly, because if they don't like the protagonists, then oh well.
I read your script and I like them, so
Neat. Oh, alright, I see some people. I have been ignoring the chat again. Working on my own notes for my story. Decided to do concept art. Oh, that's really cool, Rosie Ross. The Renegade series was good. I'll always love the lone ones the most. Thank you, I guess. I really hate all lone ones. It's so bad, but you know, if people like it, good for them, I guess. It's definitely a product of its time. Like it could have been worse, I guess. There is definitely series that are more problematic and stuff out there, but you know, all I want is still it's still a product of its time. And if I could redo it, I would do a whole lot of stuff differently. But for what it is, it's fine, I guess. It's not horrible or anything. But I just personally don't vibe with the series anymore. I do still make content for it sometimes, like the short stories. But like not like I'm not obsessed with like I like the series fine, but it's not my proudest achievement. Let's just call it that. Like I'm proud of what I created with Outcast Grove. I am not proud of what I created with All I Want. And then Renegades is kind of like the little in between, I guess.
yeah. I mean, from what I've seen on your skips, you definitely learned a lot more about writing between your first series and this one, where there's definitely more of a cohesive plot
Yeah,
and things get going quicker.
yeah. I mean, All at Once was written on the go, so there literally was no plot at first. so, but we did our best. Like me and Ryder, like in around episode 7, me and Ryder just grabbed a script and we were like, okay, we need to fix all of this. so we just tried to like during like I believe episode 6 or 7, we just went together in a Google Doc and we were like, okay, we need to fix all of this because this is broken beyond belief.
I mean, to be fair, you've also seen my video on my old writing,
Yeah,
so
true.
you know my old writing it was very much I did not have any sort of outlines, and it's pretty obvious that I did not know what I was doing.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
same.
yeah.
I mean,
I
there
mean, I
is a
still don't really know what I'm doing, but at least I act like I'm more competent
yeah.
in some areas.
There's also like a written first draft of this version of Outcast, which is like I believe 11 chapters long or something like that. Which is when back when this version was supposed to be a book, but I later ended up converting it into a series. But yeah, if you want, I can still send it to you so you can read it. But a lot of stuff has obviously been changed, so you know.
Honestly, I'm curious about what the first draft looks like because, well, at least for books, in my experience, my first draft was an absolute disaster. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious what you changed.
yeah. All right. Hold on. Let's
Well,
the script.
actually, my third draft was a disaster. My first draft was like an absolute disaster, but then my third draft was still a disaster. But thank God for beta readers, because
yeah.
otherwise I would have not have known.
God bless. How can I mark stuff? Why am I drawing all this? Hold on, I'm trying to get the script and trying to mark stuff as like coloring the text, but for some reason it's not doing that with my tablet. So
Oh no.
oh well. Okay. Next shot. Yay. Jackdaw being dramatic. I wonder if people will be
And what
confused because why his name is Jackdaw because he isn't black. Like usually when you see characters named after like corvid birds, it's usually because they're like a dark color, like or in the case of jays, they're usually like pale gray or bluish gray, like with jay feather. But then, for example, with black, like characters named Raven, for example, or Magpie, they're usually black. but Jackdaw is just brown, despite being called Jackdaw.
to be fair, the Aarons have a character named Flame Paul who's a black cat, so
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, that's for the next arc, right? I still have to
yeah,
pre-order
so
the book.
it's not just you.
Yeah, I still have to
So
pre-order that book.
I'm just letting I'm reading a summary of it because after a while it's just like Warriors just doesn't hold my interest anymore just because it's gone on for so long.
Yeah,
It's like, can you please let it end?
I mean, for the sake of reviewing and just nostalgia, I still buy the books. But I'm not as much into Warriors anymore as I used to be. But at the same time, I do enjoy the newer arcs, even if they're sometimes really bad. But it's not. I still have. I guess the nostalgia also helps a whole lot. I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I still like to keep up with the books. I'm just not interested in purchasing them, so I'll just often read the summary on the Wikipedia.
Oh yeah. I'm going to put Jackdaw's ridiculously big ears down. I mean, Magpie's name though really fits because she's like black and white, and magpies are black and white, so I think her name really fits.
It does, and again they kind of match, so
Yeah,
it's really in terms of name, which is really cute.
that's kind of why I wanted to change her name. Like originally her name was Duchess, nicknamed Dutchie, but I just feel like this works a whole lot better because it's because of her design that it fits better, and B, it's just a cute combination because she's so close to Jagna that she has like a close name to her brother.
Also, Duchess would kind of imply a character who's, either well behaved or kind of snobby, and Magpie is not either of
No,
those.
true. Alright, hold on, I'm ignoring the chat again. It's pretty much a hidden rule to rewrite our alien works and make changes. So do I have a storyboard or am I going for it by the script? Okay, don't crucify me, but I don't do storyboards. I find the storyboarding process to be very, very boring, and it really motivates me. So I know that for shot consistency, it's probably better if I did storyboards, but I just can't be bothered, so I'm doing it by the script. And I have a vague setting in my head of how everything's angled. But I mean, officially, I guess I do need storyboards, but like I'm not working with a team. Like for example, Galamtido is doing with the Stolen Hope. She's working with like a big team, so I guess if you work like with a team, storyboards are a bit more crucial because everything needs to line up. But for me, I'm just doing all of this myself. So I mean, I guess if I had like a team doing all of this, like I do have a team for backgrounds now, I guess. But oh right, I still have to close the casting call. Oh, it's been 6. It's been 6, and I still haven't closed the casting call. I don't know. Hold on, I'm gonna do that first. But if yeah, I just can't be bothered to storyboard. So sorry. I know it's probably bad advice for me, but I really hate storyboarding so much, so I don't do it.
I mean, you could always ask to, hire someone who wants to do a storyboard, because some people actually really like doing storyboards.
Oh, I can't think of anyone who would, but maybe for the next time I'll do like a casting call for like the storyboards. Maybe, but I already feel so bad for asking for background artists, so I don't know if I'd be okay with asking people for storyboards.
But to be fair, people often go into it knowing that it's volunteer work
Yeah, I mean, all of it is volunteer work.
at the same
Like,
time.
nobody gets paid, like, not the voice actors, not, like, I get paid because I have ad revenue, but it's, like, so small. Like, my channel is by far not big enough to, like, generate, like, a living wage, so I can't even support myself with this money, so especially I can't, like, support other people. So I mean, if I could in the distant future, I would love to pay people, but for now it's just all voluntary. So yeah.
I mean, you could always do like if you want, you could always do like a Patreon or a coffee thing where people could donate, and but that'd also be dependent on amount of exposure it gets. So that's also
Yeah, I mean,
pretty
OG does have a
complicated.
Patreon, but I haven't posted on it in 7 months because nobody joined, and I felt really demotivated getting no feedback on my concept art. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just throwing my concept art on DeviantArt, and now all of it is on DeviantArt and Wesley, so people can just see it. And I mean, I like interaction with my art, so if I have to choose between getting paid or getting like a decent amount of interaction with my art, I choose the interaction.
That makes sense.
Like if I could have both, that'd be optimal, obviously, but it's just really hard for me to get. Nobody supported the Patreon back when I believe the Patreon was active back when I was working on the prologue, like in January of last year or February or something like that. But nobody joined, and I was like, well, if people don't care, then I guess I don't care either. So I just threw all of my concept art up on DeviantArt. So I mean, I wouldn't even know what to be posting there right now because all of the concept art is already public. So yeah, I could like post there like future concept art, but I like posting public teasers and stuff, and like a lot of them. So for now, it's just no. And I also feel like a certain kind of pressure if I have a Patreon to like regularly put out content, even if I like may overwork myself. And I guess not having anyone pay for like extra bonus content makes me feel like I have more time to just work on everything. So
Patreon, but it's not like super active or anything because it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, I'm posting it when I have time, but you know, it's not a huge priority for me, especially because no one's pledged yet. So it's just like no one's there. So
yeah, let's see what the chat is saying. It's interesting to hear, says Kila. I guess, like, I do recommend storyboarding if you want to be, like, more professional, and especially if you're working with a team, like, it's kind of crucial to storyboard then, or otherwise you get, like, shot inconsistencies and stuff. But since I'm, for now, just doing all of this on my own, and I really, really, like, hate the storyboarding process, I just don't, so... maybe in the future I will, or I will, like, suggest that I'll maybe hire a storyboard artist or a few storyboard artists, but for now it's just all voluntary. But I feel like Outcast Grove also isn't big enough to have, like, a decent following yet. Like, the prologue has, like, 2,000 views, I believe, which is a lot, but it's, like, not a very huge audience, so I don't think there will be, like, a lot of interest in, like, you know, positions like this, so... Maybe there'll be a few people, but I want to give everyone a fair chance and stuff like that, so...
Yeah, I mean, I'm just volunteering to help with backgrounds, which I actually don't mind because then I get more practice on that type of stuff. Because I'm not the best at backgrounds, so it's like, yeah, I need more practice with that.
Yeah, true.
But I like doing backgrounds for the series just because it's like, then more people get to see my backgrounds.
Yeah, true. Yours for the first episode, or like for the prologue, look really great, so I'm looking forward to the next one you're making.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you drawing my backgrounds because I can't do it. There's just two things I don't excel at: storyboarding and background drawing.
But you excel a lot at a lot of other things, and plus, if everyone was good at everything, then there wouldn't be different positions on animation teams.
No, true. And Nico Bless says, I would like to try, but I'm sure you already have the story for the series. Yeah, I do have, like, not all of these scripts written out yet, but I have season 1 all written out. I just need to fix some of the later scripts to be updated, because they still follow the old format of the story. Or at least an older version, not completely the old format, but like an older version of the story. But, it's mostly been written out, and I do have a synopsis, or like, what do you call it, like a story, like an overview of everything that happens in the plot. So, I do know what's going to happen, what character development they're going through, stuff like that.
So you know all the spoilers.
Yeah, and I mean, you know a lot of spoilers too, probably. I don't know how far you read ahead.
I read all the scripts you gave me, so up to episode 4, I believe, which I'm not going to tell a soul what those spoilers are, because A, that would be really rude, and B, as a counselor, I do have to have the whole patient confidentiality thing.
Yeah, true.
So not telling out story spoilers is like good practice for me.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I mean, you can read, I believe you do have, like, the links to episode 5 and 6 as well, but those are really going to change, or at least change a decent amount, so you can read them, but some stuff is definitely still going to change. But, yeah, I'm not giving out any spoilers.
Yeah, don't bother asking me for any, because I'm not giving them out either.
No, I mean, if people who get cast, they also have to sign, like, a little, well, it's not an official contract, but they just have to, like, read a document and be like, okay, this is the date and this is my username and I agree to these terms. It's kind of like an NDA, like not an official one, but it's close enough, I guess, because I don't know how to make an official one, but I do know that I don't want any spoilers leaking around, so, I made, like, a little contract thingy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did for my beta reading, is I had everyone I had a thing saying, hey, if you're my beta reader, you cannot give out any spoilers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, if people really want to, they can still obviously leak, but it's not the intention, so...
That, and, like, I'm pretty sure if a beta reader leaks spoilers on purpose, I'm pretty sure no one would ever want them to beta read for them again, because that would just be a huge risk where it's like, hey, since you leaked those spoilers back then, I will not let you beta read for me because I do not want my story spoiled.
Yeah, exactly.
So, wouldn't benefit anybody.
No, exactly. So, yeah, I'm really Like I just have all the actors like sign a little contract thingy, and they don't have to like sign it with their real signature and name, but just something with their username and a date on it. So I do have like a little bit of like, hey, you signed this. Why are you leaking stuff in case that should happen? Let's hope not, but you never know.
Yes. I mean, so far I haven't really seen anyone on a team ever leak spoilers unless it was like to call the creator up being like, hey, this thing is harmful, or I was on this team, like with the whole Triple of Doom drama
Yeah,
that
but I
happened.
believe that's like the only thing I can remember, the only time that actually like happened, and it was with like a decent
And
reason back then. So
yeah, and it was changed, so it wasn't actually really a spoiler.
yeah, it was changed,
'Cause-
which is good because holy shit. But let's not talk about that. I don't feel like mentioning
no,
Vice
let's
Mind on my
not.
streams.
Um, but other than that, I haven't known anyone to ever leak spoilers just like revenge or
No,
something.
exactly. And
Because that would
like
just be a
if people don't like something in the scripts, they can always just go up to me and be like, hey, what's this about? And just maybe I can change it, you know?
yeah. But from what I've seen, your scripts are fine, so
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything like problematic.
No, and I'm
And
explicitly
then
trying to avoid stuff like that. So
yeah, because usually if I do find something problematic in someone's work as a beta, I'd be like, hey, you should probably consider changing this for X reasons
yeah.
or whatever.
All
Because
right.
that's kind of what betas are supposed to do.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
supposed to call anything out that doesn't sit right with us.
Hold
Because
on.
otherwise, we're
I'm
doing.
ignoring the strat again.
Oh,
Did you make the bus in the prologue? I loved all the backgrounds in the video, but that inspired me. The bus in the prologue was drawn by me, but it was mostly just like redrawn from a reference of a photo and then just made it look dirty and beaten up. But yeah, the bus was my idea, I guess. I did draw the bus. No, Kristen drew the night animatronic in the forest. And like the forest backgrounds in the scene where Jack Dog gets abandoned. So those were all drawn by Kristen.
yeah, I tried something different with the trees, but it didn't work out. So I'm gonna go back to my regular version of what my trees normally look like.
I
Because
see.
I tried to make it all fancy with the lighting, but it did not turn out the way I wanted it to.
Ah, that's fine. It looked fine anyways. It looks good.
yeah, but I know I can do better. So
Okay. I'm not sure if I'll finish this shop, but I'll at least do the sketch and maybe the line art. Little magpie. I at least feel like my expressions have gotten a whole lot better since all at once. Like that's I'm not usually want to be like, whoa, look at my improvement, but I feel like the expressions have gotten like phenomenally better since since all at once and Renegades.
yeah, they do seem more readable.
Yeah, which is good because I don't know, all at once and Renegades was kind of like the drawing style was, it was a bit done with a mouse and it was not bad per se, but it was a little bit inconsistent and the expressions weren't always great. So
To be fair, that's also what happened with me when I started doing expressions at first with animals. Is that I did not add eyebrows, so it was kind of hard to read my the expressions.
yeah, yeah, I had like no eyebrows in early all at once either, and then I was like, wait a minute, why can't I read these expressions? And then I was like, oh wait, they don't have eyebrows. Like they kind of emoted using their eyelids, like they'd have like a little bit of an angry frown with their eyelids if they were angry or something like that, but they didn't have eyebrows, and now I'm like, I give everyone eyebrows, so yeah.
Same, because eyebrows just really help with that readability.
Yeah. Alright, curly tail.
Like with my dog characters recently, even though they technically don't have eyebrows, they have little dots that I'm planning
Yeah,
on
those help
using
too.
her eyebrows.
How did I do Magpie's hair again? Just gotta find the old file. This is a good reference. Right, so this one points to the left, and this one points to the right. This one points to the left. Okay. I feel like our head is a little bit too small. There, more like that. Should I finish the shot today or should I wait for today? Killer Walls load has to go. Alright, thank you for joining. I think I am going to line art this shot and then I'll just be on my way. That's okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright.
Because you did mention wanting to do other things today.
Yeah, exactly. So let's do that. And I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow or Thursday. Maybe one of those days, but I don't think I'll be streaming both of them because just a whole lot of stuff to do. So
Yeah, that and I don't know about you, but for me, if I try to draw every single day of the week, I burn myself out on drawing.
I mean, I'm not sure if that happens to me. Like it did with like animating all at once, but to be fair, I was drawing a whole lot more because I was drawing so many frames because it was animated, and this is like a whole lot less frames, so I don't have to in between everything, which is like a godsend because I hated like doing all the in betweening and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, for me, if I with commissions, even though I don't have any commissions, but right now I'm doing art trades, and I usually try to complete like a trade a day if it's just a headshot. But if it's a full body, I'll usually do like a single part of the process once per day.
Oh yeah.
Because otherwise, I get too exhausted. So it's like I could never be a full-time artist.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention the risk of arthritis.
Yeah, true. Like I so far haven't, like knock on wood, haven't had like stuff like what do you call it, like repetitive strain injury? Question mark. Like when your arm starts
Sure what
hurting
it's
from
called.
drawing too much.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, honestly.
But yeah, so far I haven't had that with either of my hands, which is, I guess is a blessing because I know a few people who have actually like gotten their arms or hands damaged or their wrists, and that just sucks, especially when you want to draw a whole lot.
Yeah.
Alright, draw a little fun.
Oh, also not yesterday, but the day on the 13th, I actually managed to write a lot, which was fantastic. I think I wrote like over 1,000 words, which to some writers may not seem a whole lot, but to me, that's like the most I hit per day is 300 to 500 words. So I wrote
really
almost like double
that's really
that,
good.
which, yeah, I know. Well, my iPad was broken that day, so I was like, I have literally nothing to work on this on Sunday, so I guess I'll just write the whole day.
How do you what program do you use for writing? By the way, do you use like your iPad or do you use a laptop or?
I use my laptop. I tend to use my iPad if I'm traveling somewhere because it's a lot less heavy than my laptop. But on my iPad, I can only use Google Docs. But with my laptop, I can use both Word, Google Docs, and save, a copy of the file to my flash drive as well.
I'm just gonna color her nose and her mouth, and then I'll quit. Alrighty, gotta save the frame. Well, okay, another frame done. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Whoever joined today. Hello, Kai Brothers. Sorry, I'm about to end the stream. You're a little bit late, but that's okay. And Rosie Ross says I recommend taking breaks. I messed up my wrist in college and now deal with it on and off soreness. Yeah, I really get that hasn't happened to me so far because I do draw a whole lot, especially back in the All I Want Are Renegades days. So, knock on wood that it doesn't happen. But yeah, thank you all for joining today, and I don't know when the next stream will be. Maybe one on Wednesday or Thursday, but no promises. But I may be able to do one on Friday or Saturday. But again, no promises. So yeah, thank you for joining, and thanks to Kristen for stopping by, and bye.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
No problem.